Hi, everybody. Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. Place to go for landscaping this season. 631-756-1125 is the phone number. The website, omnitruevalue.com. Also brought to you by Weatherflow, makers of Tempest. Get the revolutionary Tempest weather system and join the fastest growing observing network on the planet. And as our affiliate, if you use the coupon code Joe and Joe Weather Show, you get an extra 10% off. All right, let's take a look at where we're going here as far as today and the weekend. Starting off with the satellite view, there's not much really happening in the eastern part of the United States. The skies are actually quite clear for the most part. There's some morning low clouds and fog and drizzle around along some coastal areas in southern and southeastern New England, but that should burn off fairly quickly and we'll have a sunny day, but there will be an ocean wind today. Meanwhile, you see the cloud line that runs from the eastern Great Lakes all the way down to the Gulf Coast. We're getting some strong thunderstorms from overnight that are moving off the coast of Texas and southwest Louisiana. That front will be pushing eastward, but it's not a factor in our weather until Saturday night. And this is what it looks like on the radar as of 7 a.m. this morning. Again, the heaviest activity is more to the south at the moment. Not a lot as far as severe weather is concerned today. We've got three areas of marginal risk for southwestern New York down into northeastern Kentucky, from Mississippi back to the southeast Texas area, and also in South Texas, we have a small area of marginal risk. Now, tomorrow, with the cold front approaching, I don't think we're going to see much in the daytime. It'll be in the evening hours and during the overnight, especially for eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England. SPC, the Storm Prediction Center, has been edging the line of general thunderstorms now to about New York City, marginal risk in southern New Jersey, two parts of central and southeast Pennsylvania down into Maryland and Delaware, slight risk for much of eastern Virginia, eastern North and South Carolina to coastal Georgia. I wouldn't be shocked if we wind up seeing certainly the general thunderstorm line pushed further north. Maybe the marginal risk creeps up a little bit further to the north before it's all said and done. As far as rain is concerned from this front, it's going to be moving slow enough that it should produce at least a half to maybe 3/4 of an inch of rain Saturday night. This is rainfall for the next 7 days because after tonight, we'll probably be mostly dry for next week. And meanwhile, across the south, we're seeing quite a bit of rainfall being generated from the Carolinas westward across the south and the Gulf states, areas of several inches along the coastal Carolinas, and also along the Gulf Coast from the Florida Panhandle back through Louisiana. And that rainfall of up to an inch and a half plus extends all the way up through Oklahoma and on into Kansas. So this is our weather front, and I'll just back it up here to show you how it plays out. Today, as we said, a wide range in temperatures, 60s at the coast, well inland. We're talking 70s and maybe 80s in parts in Pennsylvania. The south wind is going to hold the temperatures down in most places. The wind is also going to be from the south on Saturday, but you'll notice that this front has to wait for another wave to develop later tomorrow morning, and you see it there in eastern Ohio with showers and some storms extending southward from there. They'll amplify some as they move east, but I think the day side should be dry. The leading edge of showers and thunderstorms reaches the coast sometime after, say, 6 or 7 o'clock. With the heaviest storms at 8 o'clock tomorrow evening to the west. Now, we're going into a blocking pattern. So this front is going to slow down and stall a bit off the coast of southern New England. So by Sunday morning, much of this is going to be done. But I think we're going to have leftover clouds on Sunday. Temperatures probably in the 60s. We'll be in the 70s, except for the coast will be in the 60s on Saturday. We'll be in the 60s on Sunday. And then next week, with higher pressures to the north pretty much taking over, we will have clouds to deal with probably on Monday. You'll see lingering moisture there with a low developing southeast of Cape Cod, and that takes a couple of days to get out of the way. And then storm tracks next week are going to be across the southern states. So I think we're going to be mostly dry until maybe late in the week. If there's enough lift, we could see a low moving through the Tennessee Valley and pushing moisture and rain up the East Coast, say later Thursday night into Friday. And it might even linger around unless the system continues to move away to the east, which is what the models are doing at the moment. But we have to be a little bit cautious with regards to a blocking pattern going forward. And by the way, that means that temperatures next week will pretty much be below normal all week long. So there you have it. We have no Joe and Joe weather show scheduled until possibly Sunday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. In the meantime, I may pop up tomorrow live, tomorrow evening, depending on the strength of the thunderstorms as they move through the east. So have a great Friday and a very good weekend.